whenever we are doing it, okay? So some 5-10 points from your team, you need to put it on the sheet. Next 5 minutes you have, okay, to discuss. And if you have questions, please call me or Nishan. I thought this. This team now, okay? I want you to present your case now that, okay, we as a team have these values for our daily scrum, and we will put it on our wall maybe, and we'll use it and practice it, okay? Maybe. Start. You were the last, right? You only, you. Yes. We'll go to them later.
Okay. On time every time. Everyone participates actively. No phones or crosstalk. Undivided attention. Be crisp and clear. Talk about only the 3 points. What did we accomplish? What we plan to accomplish today, and then are there any blockers? And don't solve problem in the stand-up.
Okay, let's go there.
Yeah, apart from this, we have mentioned that all the issues will be taken offline with the Scrum Master, and Scrum will be fixed for 15 minutes, and physical presence will be given importance. Time allocation for each member will sleep for 2 minutes, not more than that.
We have made it in a sequence the way we go to office.
Okay.
The first thing is be on time. Second is don't use your mobile phones when you are in a kind of a meeting. No crosstalks. Is the agenda. If provided no one is of name of agenda.
I mean, that's good actually written what exactly
Yeah. Each and every meeting should stick to the time. You should and you should conclude the meeting.
Alright.
So that's what we could write in that much of time.
Thank you. Good job.
Something which we need to add additional would be like
it should be round robin. Everybody should be given a chance, and it should be parking lot that any questions comes, problem solving that needs to be take it separate, and mainly decide your PM and Scrum Master first before getting into the calls, and strictly no electronic devices, and on time or as scheduled.
Okay. So let's hear from them also. Maybe they are on the person to the left. This is the only team which is left.
Other than the regular ones, we have a team agreement on maintaining eye contact with the guy who is stating the basically the status. And if the guy catches anyone who is not having eye contact with him, the team is empowered to have some penalty assigned for that guy. Okay, and then penalty is there for not honoring any of the rules that we have stated, and then no influencers, active presence of the influencers, as in you don't want your pointy haired boss to be around and then everyone seems to be talking.
Okay. So thank you so much for the sharing. I want to hear from them also. Those came late although, but they are very nice with us being participative.
Sorry, the first to make sure the participation, there should be a penalty fee for not joining the Scrum Sprint, and that will be used for team parties and all. And it is. And then there should be a specific time, like 15 minutes, not more than that. And if the time is crossing, it means the Scrum team size is more. Either you split it to 2 team size or not. So specific time team size, and only 3 questions to be answered. No discussion or decisions to be taken on that meeting. Any impediment is Scrum Master should note down and then discuss it offline.
Okay, good.
And then I think mobile silent is everybody has said, which is the major distractor.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much for your sharings. I mean,
hello. There was a problem wherein people are not joining the calls and all. So what we have give a solution, as in people should be penalized if they are not joining the call, and the penalty should not be utilized or given to the company fund, but should be utilized for team activities or team reunion kind of thing.
Okay.
And again, we have again there was a problem of people not speaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So we propose a solution in which after 2 to 3 calls, introvert people should be identified and they should be motivated to be making what we can say some contribution, active participation in the daily Scrum stand, because
Okay.
everyone's role is important in a daily Scrum stand.
Okay.
That's
I think it is more or less common with all of us, right? Because we understood the values, okay, being in the system, right? Most of us have the very similar values. But the more important to note here is, the point I want to make here is, first I'll talk about this game, okay? And second I'll talk about how you can use it, because this is the same question which I asked when I presented in a very big conference, like in July or somewhere. So because people do this game and then they go. I mean, how it's going to help me in my project, right? So I want to tell you this. I have not talked about any principle from my side. Okay, these principles you as a team have decided. And how much time we have taken to decide on principles? 5 minutes, right? And we know what is right, how to do it. Okay, so learning from this session is like, you can use this game for any practice to be agreed within the team, okay, specific to this game. However, we can cover up the innovation game side also. Innovation games are not only all those jazzy HR games. They are really powerful business games. They solve the problems like never before. They can help you solve big problems collaboratively with the team, by the team. Okay, so I was just not a trainer. I was a facilitator. I was just giving you dimensions to go. I mean, you're not going in the right direction because we have a time limit. We can finish the game in maybe in an hour or so, or maybe we can expand if required. But I suggest 1 quick hour of this can help your team to do better scrums. Specific to this metaphor, you can do it for retrospectives. How retrospectives can be done. Okay, you can have your own guidelines in front of your team board or something. Make sense? So this is the takeaway for you. Second thing is maybe you can see the drawing over there. This is from innovationgames.com. So this is the source of this game. Maybe you can read further about it, and you can use as much as you want. They all are free. So any questions if you have about this game or any other thing related to it, and if you want to talk about how we can do really the good scrums. We got the idea, right? How we can do the good scrums. We got the idea. It is in front of us. It has to be time boxed. It has to be done with an agenda, which has been prepared well in advance, so that I will be not sleepy and coming what I have to talk, I don't know. Okay, I did this, and I might be not doing it, and I'm just pretending that I'm doing this, and I'm lost somewhere, or maybe I'm singing, or all these things. So we have to be focused. If we are talking about this particular metaphor which we use today, okay, you can do the same game for any purpose to mature any practice and make it popular within the team. Okay, that's the base behind it. Okay, and yeah, your question, sir. Maybe the session is over. Sorry about that. Next conference. Maybe we can catch up later. I'll explain what we have done, or maybe someone else will explain now, because they are equipped to do this game now. I hope so. So any other question if you have? You like the game? You did a lot of collaborative thinking, right? You have some idea which you feel is very nice, but the other guy is not convinced, and they have a different value. So that's how you do this. Okay, please go ahead, sir. One question, I'm just going to come to you. I'm sorry, they have done an announcement actually. What happened is they swapped the sessions. Okay, so sorry, this game is different than what they have printed over there. I'm sorry about that. We are agile, right? We learned a different game. I'm sorry about that. The game name is this, My Worst Nightmare. And what happened is that game takes 2 hours to finish. So I did it in Chennai conference by these people recently, and I requested them to do this here and that there. Change that, and that's the big, I'm sorry about that. I thought they have announced it. I requested them, so maybe it would be a miss. Okay. So this game's name is, maybe if you want to learn about pizza game, I'm here around you. Me and Nishant can help you about that game also. And we would be more than happy to host you with that game over there outside. Okay, it's a little bigger than this duration game. Okay. Any other question if you have? No? Yeah, pizza game, all these games, pizza game and My Worst Nightmare both are available on internet for free. Okay. You can go to the innovationgames.com and let me talk about if we have time. 5 minutes? Do we have 5 minutes? Or lunch is already done? So let's talk about what are innovation games in little more detail than this, okay? That innovation game is something which is really, big. And the reason is this. Okay, all those historical Gartner report where people talk about, yeah, someone has done some 12% of success in their project in 2005 are old. This is the prediction, okay? So we have to see the future. The future is gamification. If you see the power of games, they work very well to, gel up within the team. Even if you're a manager, if you sit with them and play this game, it helps you. So the gamification is the next buzzword in Agile. And by the year 2015, I think 85% of the business will use somewhat of innovation games. So that's the key here, okay? The motivation, my company's motivation, okay? Second thing I want to tell you about is, so they are serious games, okay? They transform business. So there are many games. We, I believe, learned how much, 80 to 100 games? That's right. And there are many games, right? So there are games for requirement, there are games for the team, ceremonies like which we did recently. There are games like Speedboat. Heard about Speedboat? For retrospective. Okay, so we have a retrospective game which is called Speedboat, which is very popular. A lot of people use it, and it's been I think there since almost 5 years or 6 years. I don't know, but it's very popular game. Similar to this, let's say if we have to prioritize our backlog, right? There can be many ways, but the best way which I feel is innovation games. So there are games for prioritizing your backlog along with your product owner. Make sense? Okay. Then we have games for writing down proper user story mapping. Okay. So and then we have games for also for release planning. Release planning looks like a very boring meeting thing, right? And if you want to make it better and more collaborative so that both the parties are participating, you can use one game. So these all games are available over the website which I shared here. These games change, a lot of things around the team. So usually a game is like, you start with a game, you have a goal. Like in this game, the goal was to come out with the team's agreement, which we can actually use. We have used in some of our customers. In Tesco, I use this at my customer where I given the team 15 minutes, 20 minutes to come up with something like this, and they kept it on their wall next day because we see all these problems in our real projects, and we as Agile consultants always try to give them some gyan or solution over that, right? You are not doing right, you do that. Until the people will realize from themselves that this is a better value set which we should adopt and we should practice, it's not going to happen. That's why this works from the reverse side. So you have a goal and then you collaboratively do that. You innovate some ideas around it. Maybe not invent, nothing is new here. Some ideas are new. And then finally you can actually, for some business strategies also you can use the games. So that is and this has been developed by Luke Hogman. He is the key guy behind it. He wrote a lot of books on this and a lot of games on this. One book is Product Engineering through Innovation Games, which is very popular and one of the best. So this is the slice where you should understand why these games are so powerful. Okay, so innovation games surface out those things which are even not known, and we also are not aware whether we know or not. Things we know are there. If you see there in this graph, things you know, realize you know is in the green. Okay, things you know that you are not aware, they're in red. But things those you are not at all aware whether you know or not is the bigger slice of this. So this is called knowledge circle, which is Luke's innovation, and he suggests okay, if we apply our innovation games, they surface out all those problems which are hidden, which is no one is aware about. Make sense? Okay. So they give a lot of other outcomes, but these are some which we feel we can share. It enables the ideation. The team gave the idea, not someone from the a source of truth has given and came and dictated their ideas. Okay, the team enables, like, this is very key. I mean, I love about innovation games. Second thing, I think they give the deeper business insight. If you, I mean, some people ask why we have done that drawing. We could have been written this, directly, right? Why we have done the drawing? So the drawing's purpose was to understand all the fears also. There can be many fears, right? So there can be many fears which are not talked about. And sometimes team is not able to share comfortably with the management or the stakeholder to the scrum master or anyone, right? But if you do this collaboratively, there is no name attribution, and you collaboratively deliver this. I mean, giving all these pointers because I feel like this way. So this is how it is. This is one of the example from last year's conference. They did something like this. This is from Innovation Games. They create Dracula. I think a lot of people have somewhat close to it, but time limit was very less. If we will get more time, we can do something like this. Yeah, sure. Now, if you have problems with the system, you need to change the system the way I did it. I asked them to change the table structure because I can't do my game with that. Okay, I can't keep you sitting on chairs and I ask you to draw. I have to give you the platform, and then you need to take some initiative to change the structure and make the team locally available. In the exceptional circumstances, if not at all possible, maybe you need to overlap on some time where the team is in US and you are here, and then you need to have a small catch up there, again a quick scrum. Yes, very nice. I thought a solution, but the Innovation Games, you can register there for free. They have this solution. You can play it online. Make sense? Okay, what else? Do we have time or we are out of time? We are done. Thank you so much for being participative. If you have any question, we are here. And thanks to Nishant for making it today because he's a very busy guy.
So just in case if you don't know about what Harman is an audio engineering company. Basically, we specialize in a state-of-art audio and entertainment systems for automotive domain, for homes, and for professionals. Like we manufacture speakers, microphones, headset, products like JBL, Harman Kardon, Infinity, Mark Levinson. They are the few of our products to name them. So with that little bit of introduction, let's jump into the topic for discussion today. So today we are all in a very, very dynamic, change-driven agile environment. So traditional approaches to planning and estimation simply really don't fit into our daily, day-to-day task. So what do? So in this speed-touted environment, how sure are we to provide a very detailed estimate and planning to our business? So I'm actually going to walk you through, to address that concern, I'm going to walk you through this presentation today about using a planning poker for estimation. So planning poker is basically a consensus-based technique, which as every agile team, because in agile, it's not just an individual, it's as a team. So even when you estimate, you have to estimate as a team. So I'm going to walk you through that process. So this was actually introduced in our team and how we improved, how our estimation of our team improved from sprint to sprint. So that would be the point of discussion for today. Right? So agenda for today. So just a little bit about our product, and then what are the key challenges we had, then how we introduced planning poker, how we adapted to it, and then final takeaway points. And we can have some Q&A at the end based on the time available, but if you really have something that you have to stop me, please feel free to do so. Our product is called as AHA Radio. So what we basically do here is our experience as a product begins as an iOS or an Android app. So you can actually organize all your favorite web content like audiobook or internet radio or a talk radio or your social media, Facebook and Twitter, everything in a very, very live, personal, on-demand way. So in this way, you don't have to go to different places, different sources to collect all. Everything is organized and streamed to you live in our application. So how we extend this into Harman's business is basically connected car. So you take your product, you walk into your car, you connect via the aux or the USB, you get the experience in your car. Like you drive, you listen to your Facebook feeds, you listen to your tweets. It'll read it out to you, basically making everything driver safe. So you can listen to your news radios, audiobooks, everything online. So our services are all on cloud, so we integrate very well with different OEMs, not making much change in the infrastructure. So we integrate with different car manufacturers like Porsche, Ferrari, Honda, Ford, to name a few. And also we get the content, because when we take an audiobook or news radio, it's all from the source. We need a source. So we have a rich list of people like BBC, NPR, CNBC. So these are all our content providers. So just a little bit about our team. We are distributed agile team. So we have a team in US. We are here. We have similar structures. So if you see product owners, tech leads, analysts, QA lead, developers, we have in US. We have the similar structure in India. So as with every challenges being in a distributed agile team, we need to collaborate really, really well. So how did we collaborate? So this is all we did to make things very seamless. So we did release planning together. We did sprint planning together. We did sprint kickoff together. We did estimation. We did weekly sprint review, where if you have any questions due to the time gap, we do a weekly sprint review with both the teams. And then retrospectives, what went well, what did not go well. And pairing. So pairing is something we have like a buddy program. Like you have somebody in your US team, you have somebody in your India team, both collaborate. So that's the buddy program. And handoff. So just in case if some work has to be handed over, you know, you have some critical deadlines happening. So we do that handoffs also very well. So we had all that in place. In addition to that, the other agile methodologies also we followed. We did daily stand-ups. We did iteration demos whenever an iteration is complete. We do demo it to the product and business to see everything was okay, and prioritize the work. And we used visual management, which is Kanban, basically to manage our queue flow. So this is how we collaborated as a team. All right, so we thought